guys, it's Margaret, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the different ways you can drive traffic to your eBay and Etsy shops and listings in order to get more sales. So I'm going to start with Etsy because there are some ways within Etsy's platform to promote your shop and to promote your items. One of these ways is by joining some of the teams. There are a lot of different teams on Etsy, and what they do is help promote each other. They also give you information depending on what type of items you sell. So I have a whole another video dedicated just to what teams on Etsy are, and I'm going to link that up above so you can check that out later. So I have, as you can see, I'm a member of 98 teams. I haven't been using them as much as I used to. So when I first started out on Etsy, I really feel like the time that I spent engaging in promotional activities through the teams helped a lot. It drove a lot of followers to my page and my listings. It drove a lot of people to look at my items. So it's really important, I think more so when you're first starting, to get those followers and those favorites going. I would see at least one new sale when I first started out. And when you're starting out on Etsy, one sale is a big deal. So something else that I used a lot when I was first starting, and I still do from time to time, is creating treasuries on Etsy. The reason that this helps you, it's sort of like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. So when you create a treasury on Etsy, it's similar to Pinterest where you're creating a curated board of 16 items from other people's shops. Now, there's a way to use it. If you see here, I've got what is this app called? Treasury Box. There's a Treasury Box app that I use when I create that, and that will automatically send those sellers a message saying, you know, Margaret has created this treasury using your item, and frequently they reciprocate. So you could have 16 different people promoting your item in their treasury. So I have another video talking about treasuries, and I'll link that up here as well, so you can find out a little bit more about how to use treasuries to promote your items. So another platform that I use frequently for promoting my items, both on Etsy and eBay, is Pinterest. Now, I also have another video about how I use Pinterest to promote my items, and I'll link that up here, because when you're using some social media sites for promoting your items, it can get a bit spammy if you don't do it the right way. So take a look at that. There are also Facebook groups that do Pinterest challenges. So our group, International League of Thrifters, has started doing a Pinterest challenge every day, and each day has a different category or topic where you'll upload one of your items from Etsy or eBay, and you'll have other people in the group pinning that. So you've got more people sharing your item, and it doesn't just look like you're just sharing your items. So take a look at that in our group, International League of Thrifters. Also, the Thrifting Board does a lot of Pinterest challenges as well. So those are two great places to take a look at Pinterest. So I asked in our group, International League of Thrifters, where else do you promote your items? So I had some people mention some other social media platforms, including Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Flickr. I do have an Instagram account. I don't do a lot of promoting on that site. I do a little bit. I might share things I found in a haul, but I don't have, let's just say, when I started Instagram, I thought I would sell on Instagram. I know there are a lot of people that do very well selling on Instagram, and I started out trying to sell on Instagram, but I didn't feel like it was for me. So I think you've just got to find that following in that niche to go with selling your items on Instagram. Now, that is to say, if a lot of times I'll share things in my hauls on Instagram, like you can see here, for example, you know, this horse pin that I found. I don't say that it's for sale. I don't say that it's on Etsy. I guess I could say, you know, if you're interested in this item, let me know. It's for sale on Etsy. But I mean, that's something for me to think about in the future. So, but a lot of times it might just be a haul, but I do know a lot of people that share things that are for sale on their Instagram and do very well. So that's something that you might think about doing for yourself. Another platform to use to share your items and drive traffic to your eBay and Etsy shops is Twitter. Now, again, same thing with other social media platforms, be careful not to seem too spammy. And I am more guilty of this about my YouTube videos than my items for sale. Try to make sure you're engaging in the community. I guess this is true for all of the platforms, not just, here's my video. I know I'm guilty of that. Here's my video, or here's my eBay item, here's my Etsy item, and all your thread is just your items, your items, your items, your items. One, if you're doing that, make sure you're using hashtags so people can find it if they're looking for it. And two, try to engage with other people. So you see here, I've tried to retweet a little bit. I love, Anne's on there, see Anne save. So I go through and you can see here I have not been very diligent on my Twitter account in sharing and retweeting and doing other things. But there's only so much time, I got to tell you. So that's something else to think about. If you're going to use Twitter and share your items, don't be like me and just share only your stuff. Really get involved in the community. Really, make connections with people, because I think that's going to go a lot farther than just sharing your items and your videos. So yeah. So some other social media platforms that are good for sharing and promoting your items. I haven't done this, but from what I've been reading from other people, they use Flickr, Tumblr, and Snapchat. I do have a Snapchat account, but I haven't used it for promoting my items on eBay or Etsy. So I'd like to hear more about how people might use Tumblr, Snapchat, and Flickr for promoting their items. But again, like with the other social media platforms, I think it's a lot more about building that community and sharing in that way than just spamming items. So there's a fine line, you've got to figure out when it comes to doing that. And then another platform that maybe you hadn't thought about is YouTube. I know that I use YouTube in a few different ways for promoting my items. One, I create a video if I have an item that moves or makes noise or dances or sings or whatever. So that drives a little more traffic to my accounts. But also my haul videos. I can't tell you how many items I've sold from my haul videos without even having to list it. So people will watch the haul videos and see something that they like and message me and say, hey, I'd like to buy that from you. So that's another idea if you hadn't thought about that. Even if it's just creating haul videos, maybe you don't want to be on camera. You can have your things out on the table and share them in that way. I know Jen the Pudgy Picker does that. She has just everything laid out and shares her haul in that way. And I'm sure she's made sales from her YouTube videos doing that as well. So that's another idea to think about, just to get more eyes, because that's what you're trying to do, right? Get more eyes on your product. I'm sure there are other ways to promote your shop and your items for eBay and Etsy that I haven't mentioned. So if you have another idea on how to promote your items or your shop, leave a comment down below and let us know. And if you are watching, make sure you go down and read the comments, because frequently there are lots of other ideas that I hadn't thought about that people share, and great discussions go on in the comments section. And if you've used some of these methods, let me know also in the comments section which one you find works best for you. I know personally for me, using Treasuries, teams, and pinning items has done a lot for my sales and my shop. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that you are able to incorporate some of these ways to get some more traffic to your shops and your listings. And if you would, hit that like button down below, subscribe if you have not already, and if you know somebody else who could use this video, go ahead and share it with them. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.